join my friends and me. We're all going back in time to 1863. We'll tell you soldier stories, we'll sing our rebel songs. So fill your cups, raise them high, y'all can sing along. We are the Irish 69, there's no need for fear, unless you're all here to steal our whiskey or our beer. We swagger in the daytime, we stagger in the night, and if attacked by Johnny Reb, we're ready for the fight. Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle lie. Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle lie. Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle lie. Dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle dum diddle diddle lie.
At 4:30 a.m. on the 12th of April, 1861, Confederate General Beauregard directed his gunners to open fire on Fort Sumter in the harbor of Charleston, South Carolina. No one could have predicted the magnitude of the explosion that rocked America following that opening shot of the Civil War. Some events so pervasively condition the life of a culture that they retain the power to fascinate permanently. They become a focus of myth and an anchor of meaning for a whole society. The American Civil War was just such an event. As a people, we Americans are drawn back again and again to that crossroads, brought back to the words and images those who lived through it left behind, to the mire of questions and myths, to the brutality and the heroism of the 4-year struggle that helped define us as Americans. The Civil War was waged in 10,000 places, from Val Verde, New Mexico, and Tullahoma, Tennessee, to St. Albans, Vermont, and Fernandina on the Florida coast. More than 3 million Americans fought in it, and more than 600,000 men died in it. Not only the immensity of the cataclysm, but the new weapons, the new standards of generalship, the new strategies of destruction, all of these would leave their marks on world history. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, one of the heroes of Gettysburg, once said, "In great deeds something abides, on great fields something stays." Reenactors are important to keeping such heroics alive. The commitment, research, and dedication of reenactors honor and help preserve both great fields and great deeds. Not far from where Highway 30 crosses the Susquehanna River is located Maytown, Pennsylvania. Founded in 1762, it's rich in history. In its early years, it was active in the production of shoes and whiskey, and still produces a large quantity of agricultural goods. Simon Cameron is Maytown's famous son. He was a senator from Pennsylvania and also one of Lincoln's ministers of war, and the reenactment was held on his estate. The Cameron Estate Inn and Restaurant is secluded but conveniently located to central Pennsylvania. The grand 1805 mansion was the rural retreat of Simon Cameron. Modern-day reenactors appreciated the management's willingness to host the encampment. A beautiful setting. As the encampment grew, we became aware of the airplane noises from overhead. All weekend we were entertained with fantastic aerobatics.
Hi, I'm Dustin Heisey, and welcome to the first annual Battle of Maytown, Civil War reenactment, here at the historic Cameron Estate. I hope you enjoyed your time here at the Battle of Maytown. I hope to see you again next year. You'll see that you get much more than just a Civil War reenactment. This weekend is the free, for you, first annual airport show at Maytown. Hear the airplane?
Yes, we heard the airplane, but it didn't detract from the fun.
My staff, they have to cook hot dogs with my guys. Sorry to make you laugh.
An officers' coordination meeting was held to pull the two battles together.
It was right around. Oh yeah, it's just late right now. It's 45 to an hour. So what I'd like to do is just try to draw the battle out as much as possible. You know, don't take too many hits too fast if it's if you guys can manage that. The town should be blocked off at 2 o'clock. Battle's supposed to start at 3:30. If you guys are down there by 3 o'clock in town, that should be fine. There's 4 ways into the town. You guys can, whoever we choose for that can decide how you want to work that, how you guys want to, make your advances. The rest is tactical. It's up to you guys. Okay.
The Union takes the town, or
Yeah. Well,
what is the scenario, or is there?
It's a tactical. It's what happens.
Okay, we don't want them. We can't. Okay, we gotta send them off.
It's what happens. It's really. I'd like to see the Union guys take the town. Come on, boys, you can do it. That's what I'd like to see. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And we have you outnumbered. If we can't take the town, there's a problem. Okay? And we have horses, you don't. All right?
Y'all had us outnumbered from the first day.
Yeah, but we don't have to blocked off that.
Well, no, but he's going to have to.
And then the strategizing began.
What is really supposed to happen is you guys are supposed to be firing for
No.
Okay. So we're going to go right up a block away from the square. All the Reds are not going to be sitting around this town square.
The grounds of the Cameron Estate Inn are wonderful for strolling. The guest rooms are decorated to reflect the estate's 200-year heritage. Nothing can really begin, though, until we've had some speechifying by the local politician.
Gentlemen, howdy. Being here today?
Welcome to my summer home here in Donegal. As you probably are aware, I'm also preparing a winter home in Harrisburg. But summers in Harrisburg are a little too stifling for my taste, so I prefer life here in the country. So it's wonderful to have you here on such a beautiful spring day. However, although I'm not the orator that Mr. Lincoln is, I am more handsome than Mr. Lincoln is. As you know, Mr. Lincoln is considered a homely man, although he does poke fun at himself. There's a funny story that the president tells, and I want you to know that I am indeed the president's man here in Pennsylvania. But there's a story that Mr. Lincoln tells about himself and his lack of good looks. Mr. Lincoln talks about one day he was walking down the street and some criminal stuck a revolver in his face and threatened to kill him. And Mr. Lincoln said, "Well, why would you want to kill me?" And the criminal said, "My mother always told me that if I ever found anybody who was uglier than I am, I should kill them." And Mr. Lincoln said that if I'm uglier than you, you should kill me. I'm pleased to be here in Maytown. This is where I was born. This is where I was born to poverty of poor parents. But poverty has always been my advantage. It has inspired me to great deeds and to great accomplishments in service of the people of Pennsylvania, in service of the cause of abolition, in service of the cause of women's suffrage, and in service of the cause of Mr. Lincoln. Now, I've had my own presidential aspirations and continue to have those aspirations. However, I am also Mr. Lincoln's man here, a Republican in Pennsylvania. We are now in a great civil war. It'll take the combined efforts of all of us to win liberty, to win freedom, and to win victory.
You're filthy.
They were there with us.
He's leaning over.
That's who the target is.
Yeah.
Well, he is a little hunchback. Well,
Yeah.
we went out for a firing demonstration on Wednesday. He was there, and I turned.
Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, they had the street routes on TV.
They already left.
Yeah, they left. Going up
Don't you look nice? You gonna go get some water?
Yes.
Yes, good. You look real pretty.
Thank you.
About this because she did do this for a while, but she quit. My cousin.
Ah.
I just cut it off this morning. This one right here.
Boy.
Now, see, it has an extra handle for more leverage.
Reenacting can be a family affair.
I like your shirt.
But then there was totally open areas, and then it's like, what happened here? And I had a new guy at the airport.
Then comes the call to action. Even though there was not a historical battle fought at Maytown, Maytown is very typical of the thousands of other small towns and villages that felt the ebb and flow of the conflict of the Civil War. The rebels had the town first, so they made some changes.
Captain Tom, from the Colonel, we have a prisoner. Put him down right there. We'll interrogate him right now. Find out what you can.
As preparations are completed, anticipation grows.
Yeah, we love it. I grew up.
Does that mean they're marching?
Wave.
No.
So have you seen my boy in town? Have you seen my boy in town? He's only 9 years old. He ran away from home because he wanted my car. He wanted to be in the army. And I told him no. But he ran away from home anyway. Would you please do that if you see my boy? I thank you.
Unfortunately for Simon Cameron and his entourage, they came into town and were captured.
Prayers there, dear boys.
The Yankees are spotted.
Fire! Fire!
And the first Battle of Maytown commences.
Gun ready.
Stay there, Lauren.
Today's battle may be over, but there's still life and activity in the bivouac area. This is a time for many to rest, interact with the visitors, and explain the living history part of their reenacting. There's a lot of fun and fellowship.
Stock, the battery can there, but it's blocked. And carry those.
Visitors continued to come and go the entire weekend. It was wonderful. The chow was good.
And his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the world betray thee, one sword at least I right shall guard, one faithful heart shall praise thee.
Good luck. Right miles left, march. I didn't break anything on there because I have it.
John.
John.
Once dusk settled, it was time for the grand ball.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Military Set is a very simple dance. I'll provide you a little bit of instruction ahead of time. It was used during the Civil War period as the primary beginning dance for any social event. Idea to this is if you have any military service, if you put one foot in the front of the other, you can do this dance. It's called, also known as the Grand March. Simple 1, 2, 1, 2 steps. Now what's going to happen is you're going to all start as a set of couples down at the foot of the dance green.
Down airport, yeah, they have parachutists similar too. It's all day. Rally around the flag. What, into Dixie?
And we'll be dancing to Rally Round the Flag.
Ready, folks? I'll give you 4 for nothing.
The dancing continued well into the night. The chaplains are conferring, getting ready for Sunday services.
And I think that the more, and then if there's 3, this part, so you have that same. The service is according to the Book of Common Prayer. O send out thy light and thy truth, that they may lead me and bring me unto thy holy hill and unto thy dwelling. Let us humbly confess our sin unto Almighty God.
Almighty and most merciful Father, we have erred and strayed from thy way like lost sheep. We have followed too much the devices and desires of our own hearts. We have offended against thy holy laws. We have left undone those things which we ought to have done, and we have done those things which we ought not have done. And there is no help in us. But thou, Lord, have mercy upon us.
This would be a service of like of 1856.
Then it's time for the Second Battle of Maytown. On Sunday, the Union forces had the town. The reenactors especially appreciated the efforts of the police, fire, EMS, and the community in support of the activities. It was great. Behind every reenactment, there are lots of people, and many hours are spent behind the scenes getting everything ready. But it's worth it.
Yes, sir.
No, he won this yesterday. We wouldn't win it today.
Once again, anticipation mounts.
You guys are gonna lose right now. Fire! Order on.
On the other side, the landscape.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Hi. Pardon me?
Are great. You know, and if you'd like, I'd like to have you guys back. As far as the battles went, beautiful. You know, you guys did exactly what I was hoping for, and all I wanted was that you guys had a good time, good accommodations, and just sit back and enjoy the weekend. And I hope you guys all had a chance to do that. He wants a little bit more than hot dogs and beans next year. All right, maybe we'll do some steaks.
Three cheers for Dustin. Thank you, sir, for your accommodation.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Mr. Simon Cameron would like to say a few words.
Mark Twain said that it's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're stupid than to open it and remove all doubt. So I'll keep my remarks brief, but reverent. Being here in the cemetery and being close to the Maytown Union Cemetery, I thought it'd be well to say a few words about the real soldiers who fought in the Civil War, who are buried here. I also thought it would be an appropriate time to remember that what we are doing is remembering those brave soldiers, but in our own way, we are honoring the real soldiers who are now fighting for our real freedom somewhere in the Mideast. Sight in camp in the daybreak, gray and dim. It's just a few verses, a few stanzas. A sight in camp in the daybreak, great and dim, as from my tent I emerge so sleepless. As slow I walk in the cool fresh air, the path nearby the hospital tent. 3 forms I see on stretchers, lying, brought out there, untended lying. Over each the blanket spread, ample brownish wool blanket, gray and heavy blanket covering all. Curiously, I halt and stand silent. Then with light fingers, I from the face of the nearest, the first, just lift the blanket. Who are you, elderly man, so gaunt and grim, with well-grayed hair and flesh all sunken about the eyes? Who are you, my dear comrade? Then to the second I step, and who are you, my child and darling? Who are you, sweet boy, with cheeks yet blooming? Then to the third, a face nor child nor old, very calm as of beautiful yellow-white ivory. Young man, I think I know you. I think this is the face of the Christ himself, dead and divine and brother of all. And again, he lies. As Simon Cameron would have said, do your best and never forget a friend. Thank you.
3 cheers for Simon Cameron. Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah!
Thank you, thank you.
Present.
Order.
Set.
In place.
Arm.
Panel man. Go right shotgun.